Good morning, it's Rebecca from Rebecca Inc. Today we are going to do a penguin. What you need to join in is a pencil, a marker, an eraser, and a piece of paper. Alright, grab your pencil. I'm going to move my guide and we are going to get started. I'm going to use a pencil, and you are going to use, I'm going to use a marker. You're going to use a pencil. I'm using the marker so you can see me better. So grab your pencil. We're going to get started in the top portion of our paper today with a circle. So to get that shape, you are going to move your whole arm from your shoulder. We're going to go around and around and around and around. Once you get your arm going, set your pencil down. Keep going around and around, and you will arrive at a really nice circular shape. You see how mine is not perfect? It's got some lines that are inside, some lines that are outside. Yours are going to look very much the same, and that is okay. In the long run, we will erase all of these lines. So for right now, be very forgiving with yourself, be very patient, and you'll see it all come together in the end. Don't erase anything. Okay, so we've got our circle. Next up, we are going to do an oval for the body of our penguin. It's going to be about this big. Now I have my penguin standing tall and at attention, so my oval is going to be long and narrow. You can decide, do you want your penguin to be short and squat? Do you want him to be chunky? Do you want him to be tall and looking up like I'm doing? You decide the shape there. You can have it be wide, you can have it be skinny, you decide. I'm getting my whole arm going from my shoulder, and I'm setting my marker down. You set your pencil down, and we'll draw a nice oval there. See how I've got some lines going out, some lines going in? I'm just going to let it be. And in the long run, I'll pick my favorite one to trace over. Next up, we need some arms, wings. Jonathan, what are they called? On each side, we are going to do long, skinny ovals. Each side of your body oval, let's add in some long, skinny ovals like this. I'm letting my oval sit at the side of my body oval, and I'm kind of just curving it to go around that shape. See how mine got it skinny at the top, got wider at the bottom? You don't have to do that. That's just how mine fell. So, like I said before, we're being very forgiving with ourselves. Same thing on the other side. Let that live along the side of your oval. Just kind of going down your oval and then back up and around. I'm using my whole arm to create that shape. And in the very beginning, I'm moving my arm in the shape I think I want. And then when I arrive at it, I set my pencil down and I start drawing. Alright, next up, we need some cute little legs for our penguin. So we're going to draw an oval at the base of our body oval, about this big. So you do the same, just like that. And on the other side, another oval. Just like that, around and around you go. You're doing so good. Alright, in between those two ovals, we are going to draw another oval. It's going to come down just about the same size, but it's going to be shorter. So we're going to draw that oval right here. This will give us our penguin's cute little tail. Just like that. See how mine, they vary in shape? Yours will too, and that is intended, so don't worry about it. Let's add in some feet. We are going to add at the base of these long ovals that we did here, that will be the legs, we're going to add in some feet. So we are going to add in a rectangle here. And to get that shape, I am planting my wrist and I am using my finger since it's a smaller shape, and I am going back and forth, up and down and around to get that rectangle. I'm using some finer motor skills there with your fingers. It's the same idea. You air draw it, and then when you feel like you have the shape, put your pencil down, and you will have the shape. You'll surprise yourself. Okay, next step, they're webbed feet. From the base of those rectangles, we are going to draw an oval, just like that. One there, and one there. Now, if you have ever drawn a bird before and you do the feet like this, where you draw the little lines going out, that's what we're going to add to our oval. So from the center of this rectangle, we're just going to do one going out that way, one straight down. It's almost like we're drawing a big triangle and dividing it in half. Let's do that on this one. Let's draw a triangle here, just like that, and then divide it in half. So there would be my triangle shape. So draw a triangle and then divide it in half. That's an easier way to do that. If at any point I'm going too fast for you, pause me, catch up, and I will be here when you get back. All right, back up to the face. Our penguin needs a beak. So we are going to draw let's do a triangle here. A long, skinny triangle off the top of our penguin's head like this. He's looking up and over to the side, just like that. And at the end of my triangle, because I want my guy to have a rounded beak, I'm going to add a little circle, just like that. The little connecting triangle there. So I drew a long triangle, I planted my wrist, and I went out, over and over, and back, over and over, and I moved my hand back and forth and back and forth. Then I added in a little circle at the beak. Let's add in a little connecting triangle here, just like that at the top. And now we are ready for a few details, and then believe it or not, you've got everything that you need for a penguin. Let's start in the face. Let's go over from where we drew that beak and add in an eye. We're going to go around and around, using our fingers this time, and draw a circle there. Inside that circle, we're going to do a littler circle for the highlight in the eye. And then around that whole circle, just draw one that's just ever so slightly bigger. When we color this in, we'll leave that part white, and that'll just give our eye a little definition. Let's add in a little detail on the beak. We're just going to add at the base of that beak a nice little oval that will also stay white right there. I'm planting my wrist, and I'm moving just my fingers around and around to get that little oval. Give me a heart shape in the comments if you are having fun drawing a penguin with me today. That can be our code. Today we're going to use a heart. Okay, on the face, our little penguin has an area that stays all white. So we are going to add that in right now with a little circle right here. It's okay if it overlaps your eye, because remember, in the long run, we will erase all of those. So add in your little circle. And then on the neck, they have almost like a triangular shape that ends up being like it goes from gray into white. So we're going to add in that triangle. It's going to live right about here. And then down around our body oval, right about there. And connect, just like that. So when we color this in, we're going to make that a different color. Okay, on the body, we are going to put a little arc right at the tippy top there that we're going to add some cute details in. It's almost like an upside down smile. If you want to rotate your paper and draw that, you can. That's okay to do. I'm not doing it because I don't want to get anybody confused. On the arms, we're going to add in a little oval that will also stay white right here. just on the inside of that arm, add in another little oval. And same thing on the other side, another little oval, just like that. We have 2 more shapes left, and then we're ready to switch over to our marker. At the base of these legs, we are going to add in 2 triangles. They are going to come down and back up, just like that. 2 little triangles. Again, if you can only draw a triangle in one direction, rotate your paper, draw your triangle. We're planting our wrist and moving our fingers back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And we have our triangle. And you're all set. Those are all of the shapes that we need. So let's switch from our pencil over to our marker. And let's start drawing our penguin. Let's start at the beak. This little oval here is going to remain white. So for now, let's just do an outline. We're going to go around the beak, up that triangle, around that little circle on the end, down the triangle, to the connecting triangle, into the head. From there, we're going to go around the head, onto that connecting triangle, and stop. Now let's go around the arm and back up the body. So we go around the arm just like that, nice and smooth. You've already done all the heavy lifting. So right now we're just tracing over what we've already done. Now for me, I plant my wrist and I'm just tracing along what I've already drawn, nice and smooth and fluid. You do the same thing. We're going to go back up the arm just like that, all the way up to that triangle there. Let's keep going down the body. We're just going to work all the way down and then back around. So let's do our little belly. We're going to go down this oval, then we're going to hop onto this oval and down to the triangle. Let's do that. Oval to oval to triangle, and we're going to stop there. Now, along these shapes on the bottom, we're going to go up this triangle and over, and then around this inside oval, the body oval, we're going to take it up there and then back down. We're going to use that same shape of a touch and a flick and a touch and a flick, just like that. Now imagine your triangle extends over just a little bit. Kind of just touch and flick, then around the base of that inside oval, touch, touch and flick, and then head back down to your other triangle, just like that. The base of our penguin, he's got like some little raggedy fur there, so we're going to allow that to be a little raggedy. Let's go up the body to the arm, so we're going to ride up the triangle, up the oval, back up that body oval, and over to the arm. See how I'm picking my favorite line to trace over there? I decided I wanted mine to be a little thinner, so I chose one there, and then I wanted that to be thinner, so I chose one there. I left this line out. In the long run, those lines will be erased. So it's okay if you choose one and something's outside your drawing. Let's go back to our feet. Now we are going to draw around that rectangle down to the point of our triangle that we drew on the foot. Here's something fun that we're going to do. From this point, we're just going to do a little arc over to that point. And then the same thing. I'm planting my wrist. A little arc over. Then let's head back up that triangle to our rectangle, all the way up to where we just drew that raggedy fur. Same thing on the other leg. I'm going to go around the oval down to my rectangle, getting my shapes confused, to the point of that triangle, planting my wrist, and in the natural way that my hand is going to go, I'm arcing that shape over, back up to my rectangle, and up to the body. For this back shape here, we're going to follow around the base of that oval, and then just do a little touch and flick at the bottom of that, just a few, and then back up. All right, let's go back up to the top, and we will start at our penguin's chin and go around that arm, down around that oval, and back up the oval. Pick your favorite line, onto that face, and up to where we meet our beak. Now we're ready to do some coloring in. Let's start with the face. The face is going to get colored in. All of this will get colored in black, and then where our body oval meets is where we're going to stop. So go ahead on your beak. Let's start at the beak. Color in, leave that little oval white. Fill this all in with your marker. Kind of cool, we're using a marker, a black marker, and our penguin is black, so we're going to end up with a colored picture today. I'm not going to color in where I've got that white circle or where I've got that white circle around my eye. So I'm just going to go around that and around that to that triangle. All of this I'm going to fill in black. If you chose a purple marker or a green marker, that's awesome. That is perfect. Your penguin will be colorful and happy. All right. Moving on to the eye. If I'm coloring faster than you are, finish yours, pause me, finish yours, and then come back and join me. For the eye, I'm going to fill in this circle, and I'm going to leave that inside circle nice and white, along with that outside circle. And I'm going to leave this nice and white. Now we're going to follow along our triangle down to the body. From the body, draw that over. I'm going to fill in some of this all black, and then I'm just going to add in a few dots to hint that it's changing over to white. So around the side of the head there, I'm going to give like 2 lines of black down to the arm. Then I'm just going to add in a few little dots right there. You do the same. Couple little dots. You decide how big are they, how far apart are they. You'll start to see, if you squint your eyes, you can see it helps you give a transition in color. Now we're going to go down the arm. I'm going to trace outside my oval that's tucked on the inside of the arm there, and I'm going to fill in the rest nice and dark with my marker, just like that. Down and around we go. If I'm coloring in faster than you are, again, pause me, fill yours in, join me when you catch up. I will be right here. Let's do the same on the other arm. We're going to go down and around, trace around that white shape so you don't accidentally fill it in, and color in your arm. There's no wrong or right way to color that in. Just do it however you feel like. If you like to do nice long strokes, that's fine. If you want to go back and forth and fill in a little section at a time, also perfect way to do it. Remember where we drew this little arc at the top of our penguin's body? I'm just going to add in a couple staggered dots along that, just like that. I normally like to do odd numbers of dots, but on this one I didn't count. I just spaced them just ever so slightly apart to give a cute little detail. You can do the same. If you want to count them out, count them out. Moving on to the body, we are going to fill in our little feet. Where I drew my raggedy fur, I'm just filling it in up to there, and then I'm coloring in the whole foot. That whole triangle with the little arc, coloring it all in. For this little part of the tail, that's a little part, penguins have those black backs. This is a little bit of his back that we're seeing tucked in there. We're just going to fill that whole thing in nice and dark. And then the last leg, fill that in all the way up to where you have the raggedy fur, all the way down. And can you believe you just drew an amazing penguin that quickly? I'm impressed with you. Okay, let's set our marker down grab your eraser. I'm going to switch over to my guide because I drew this one in pencil, and I'm going to erase right with you. That way I know about how long it takes you to erase. I'm taking my hand and steadying my paper as I erase so I don't accidentally crinkle it. And I'm just going back and forth with my eraser and erasing. Let's move my drawing from underneath there so I can see where I've got all my pencil. Today was a nice quick drawing, and I think you are going to feel proud of yourself. You drew a really, really cute little penguin. I'm excited to see what you draw. Did yours come out cute and wide? Is it tall and thin? I can't wait to see. Send me your drawings in the comments below. If you are looking for some other fun things to do, you can find me online at Rebecca Ink, I-N-K, because I like to draw with ink.com. I've got downloadable coloring pages for you to do on there. And if you have sent me your drawings, you'll find yourself on my Interact tab. Click on that and scroll through all the pictures of everything everybody's sending me. It's really fun to see. You can follow me at Rebecca Inkabink on Instagram. I'm going to be doing some more of my alpaca later on today, so you can check me out there. And on Facebook, Rebecca Ink, I-N-K. I hope you had fun drawing with me today. I will be back on Monday, and stay home, stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.